You keep giving your energy to people who don't care whether you win or lose. Every time you try to get validation from someone who's never supported you, you drain yourself. You wonder why you feel exhausted at the end of the day. And it's not always the work. It's the people. When you spend time explaining yourself to folks who don't believe in you, you are stealing time from your own progress. Some people will smile in your face, but never clap for you when you achieve something. That silence is proof that they were never really on your side. Their presence in your life doesn't mean they deserve access to your vision. History doesn't equal destiny. And just because they have been around for years doesn't mean they should go with you into your future. The truth is, not everybody was meant to walk the same road as you. Some people are there to teach you lessons, and once the lesson is learned, you have to let them go. Holding on to dead weight will keep you stuck in the same place while your future passes you by. You spend so much time trying to prove yourself to people who can't even see your worth. But the right people don't need convincing. They recognize your value without explanation. Those are the people who deserve your focus and your energy. When you let go of the wrong people, you create room for the right ones. Your environment shapes your energy, and your energy shapes your outcome. If you are surrounded by doubt, negativity, and jealousy, your growth will suffocate. Energy is like currency. And if you keep spending it on things that don't give you a return, you will always be bankrupt inside. You can't afford to waste yourself on people who drain you. The moment you stop chasing approval and start chasing growth, you will feel a freedom you didn't know existed. The first step to changing your life is telling yourself the truth. Too many people are hiding bullshit in excuses, pretending their situation is better than it really is. But you can't improve something you refuse to acknowledge. Denial is comfortable, but it keeps you locked in the same cycle year after year. Maybe you are struggling financially. Maybe your health is failing. Maybe your discipline is weak. Stop covering it up. Stop saying, I'm fine, when you know you are not. The truth might sting, but the sting is what wakes you up. When you finally admit where you are, you create a foundation to build from. If you don't know where you are starting, how can you measure how far you have come? Honesty is your compass, and without it, you will stay lost. It's like going to the doctor. If you hide your symptoms, they can't treat you. If you hide your struggles, life can't heal you. Hiding only prolongs the pain, but truth opens the door to change. Real growth doesn't start with comfort. It starts with discomfort. It starts with saying, this is not enough. I've got to do better. That raw moment of realization is where transformation is born. You don't have to beat yourself up when you admit the truth. You just have to use it as fuel. The moment you say, this is where I am, you also say, and this is where I'm going. Honesty isn't weakness, it's power. Because once you see the truth, you can finally do something about it. Your mind is your most valuable asset, but too many people neglect it while chasing quick fixes in life. You will buy clothes, shoes, gadgets, and entertainment, but when was the last time you invested in learning something that could change your future? The truth is, the condition of your life is a direct reflection of the condition of your mind. If you want more, you have got to think bigger, sharper, and clearer than you do right now. You can't keep feeding your brain with negativity and expect positive results. If all you consume is gossip, drama, and meaningless content, don't be surprised when your thoughts stay small. The mind is like soil. Whatever you plant in it grows. Plant trash, you will harvest trash. Plant wisdom, ideas, and strategies, and you will harvest opportunity, clarity, and growth. Every successful person you look up to is a product of what they fed their mind. They didn't get there by accident. They studied, they learned, they expanded their thinking. They looked for mentors, they read books, they invested in education, not just school education, but life education. That's how they built the mindset required to handle success. When you invest in your mind, you are building the foundation for every other area of your life. Your body won't move where your mind doesn't go first. If you want to change your health, it starts in your mind. If you want to change your finances, it starts in your mind. If you want to change your relationships, it starts in your mind. The quality of your thoughts sets the quality of your life. Think about how much time you waste scrolling aimlessly or watching hours of entertainment that leaves you with nothing. That same time could be used to study something something that elevates you, learn a new skill, or gain a new perspective. Even 30 minutes a day of feeding your mind with growth material will transform you over time. I don't have to be the smartest person in the room to win. You just have to be the person willing to learn the most. Curiosity and discipline beat raw talent when talent refuses to grow. Every time you learn, you are adding tools to your toolbox. And one day those tools will be the reason you can build something others can't. Your mind has the power to either imprison you or free you. It can hold you back with fear and doubt, or it can push you forward with vision and courage. That's why protecting what you put in it and intentionally feeding it with growth is the key to building the life you want. Distractions are the silent killers of progress. They don't come loud and obvious. They slip in quietly, dressed as comfort, entertainment, or just 5 minutes. Before you know it, those 5 minutes turn into hours, and those hours turn into wasted days. You say you are too busy to work on yourself, but the truth is you are not busy. You are distracted. Look at how much time you lose in a single day. Scrolling through social media, jumping from app to app, watching other people live their lives instead of building your own. You tell yourself it's harmless, but it's robbing you. Every moment you give away to distraction is a moment stolen from your future self. The dangerous thing about distractions is that they feel good while they are happening. You laugh at the videos, you enjoy the conversation, you relax in the comfort, but afterward you are left with nothing to show for it. They give you a quick hit of satisfaction, but leave you empty in the long run. That's how they keep you stuck. Success requires focus, and focus requires sacrifice. You can't expect to build something meaningful while giving your energy to everything that doesn't matter. The people you admire didn't get where they are because they entertained every distraction. They got there because they learned how to say no to the noise. Start paying attention to where your time goes. Write it down if you have to. You will be shocked at how much of your life is given away to things that don't move you an inch forward. Once you see it clearly, you can start cutting it out. Discipline begins with awareness. Understand this. Time is the one resource you can never get back. Money lost can be earned again. Opportunities missed can come around, but time wasted is gone forever. Every hour you spend distracted is an hour you could have spent building your health, your future, your vision. The difference between people who win and people who stay stuck isn't talent, it's focus. Winners cut out distractions so they can put their energy where it matters most, while the rest get lost in noise that leads nowhere. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life, yet most people treat it like it can run forever without maintenance. You want to live your dreams, chase opportunities, and achieve big things, but if your body breaks down, everything else stops with it. You can't work at your best if you are constantly tired, sluggish, or battling health issues you could have prevented. Think about how much discipline you show in chasing money, work, or approval, but when it comes to taking care of your health, you get lazy. You will stay up all night for entertainment, but complain that you don't have energy in the morning. You will eat fast food 3 times a week and wonder why your body feels heavy and your mind feels cloudy. The truth is, the way you treat your body shows up in every part of your life. If you want to perform at a high level, your body has to be strong enough to carry you there. That means fueling it with the right foods, moving it consistently, and giving it the rest it needs. Success takes energy, and energy doesn't come from luck. It comes from discipline. When your health improves, your focus sharpens, your mood lifts, and your ability to keep pushing increases. Neglecting your body doesn't just affect you, it affects the people around you too. Your family needs you strong, your children need you present, and your future self is depending on the choices you make today. Every time you take care of your body, you are not just doing it for now. You are protecting years of your life that you don't even see yet. You don't need a fancy gym membership to start. Walk, run, stretch, do body weight exercises. Anything is better than nothing. The point isn't perfection, it's consistency. Small daily habits will add up and create long-term change. Just like you build wealth by saving little by little, you build health by making small but consistent choices. Your body doesn't lie. If you abuse it, it will eventually break down. If you take care of it, it will reward you with energy, strength, and endurance. You can't fake health. It's built in private but revealed in public when life demands your strength. The truth is, you can't fully chase your purpose or enjoy your blessings if you don't have the health to go with it. Energy is the fuel of progress, and your body is the engine that creates it. The way you start your morning decides how the rest of your day unfolds. If you wake up late, rush out of bed, check your phone, and scramble to catch up, you have already lost control before the day even begins. Your mornings are the foundation, and when the foundation is weak, the whole structure wobbles. A powerful life requires powerful mornings. Successful people don't stumble into their day, they design it. They know that the first hour after waking sets the tone for everything that follows. That's why they create intentional routines, not random reactions. If your first action is checking social media, you are letting the world dictate your mood. But if your first action is prayer, journaling, exercise, or reading, you are telling the day who's in charge. Your morning is the time to pour into yourself before the world starts pulling from you. It's the time to strengthen your mind, align your spirit, and energize your body. Too many people roll straight from sleep into chaos, wondering why life feels overwhelming. You need a system that grounds you before you face the noise. It doesn't have to be complicated. Wake up earlier, spend 10 minutes in gratitude, write down your goals, move your body, and set clear intentions. Those small steps compound into confidence and clarity. A morning routine isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent enough to start every day with direction. Think about how different you'd feel if you took ownership of your mornings. Instead of being reactive, you'd be proactive. Instead of feeling behind, you'd feel ahead. That one shift could be the reason you finally find the discipline you have been lacking in every other area. You can't expect to create a productive day if your first actions are unproductive. Discipline starts the moment you wake up. The choice to get out of bed on time, the choice to start your day with purpose, the choice to build momentum early, all of it adds up to long-term transformation. Your mornings are either building you or breaking you. Every sunrise is a chance to design the day the way you want it, but that only happens if you decide to take control instead of letting chaos take it for you. One of the fastest ways to kill your joy is by comparing your life to someone else's. You scroll through social media, see people showing off their vacations, cars, houses, and success, and suddenly you feel like you are behind. But here's the truth. What you are seeing is a highlight reel, not the full movie. You don't know the sacrifices, the struggles, or the pain behind those pictures. Comparison makes you blind to your own blessings. When you constantly measure yourself against others, you rob yourself of peace. You stop seeing your own progress because you are too focused on what you think you lack. That's why so many people feel like they are never enough. They are chasing a finish line that doesn't exist, trying to match a picture that was never real in the first place. The race you are running was designed for you, not for anybody else. Your path is unique, your timing is different, and your journey will never look like anyone else's. Some people succeed at 20, some at 50, and both are still right on time. Just because it hasn't happened for you yet doesn't mean it won't. You need to stop watching someone else's lane and focus on running yours with everything you have got. Comparison creates jealousy, and jealousy creates bitterness. You start resenting others instead of learning from them. But when you shift your mindset and celebrate people instead of envying them, something powerful happens. You stop wasting energy wishing and start using that energy working. That's how you get ahead. The truth is, comparison distracts you from growth. While you are busy counting someone else's blessings, you are ignoring your own opportunities. You could be building your skills, improving your health, or chasing your dreams, but instead you are stuck scrolling, watching, and envying. Time wasted on comparison is time stolen from progress. You have no idea how far you have already come because you are too busy staring at the wrong measuring stick. Look back at who you were last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. That's who you should be comparing yourself to. Are you stronger, smarter, more disciplined? That's the real scoreboard, not the one that social media tricks you into watching. Life is not about being better than someone else. It's about being better than who you were yesterday. If you can wake up every morning determined to outgrow your old habits, your old excuses, your old fears, then you are already winning in ways that no comparison could ever take away. Most people run from being alone because they think loneliness is a punishment, but in reality, it can be one of the most powerful seasons of your life. When you are always surrounded by people, noise, and opinions, you never truly hear your own voice. Being alone forces you to face yourself, to confront your thoughts, and to understand who you really are without the world distracting you. That's where growth begins. Aloneness doesn't mean isolation, it means clarity. It's the time when you get to strip away all the expectations that others have put on you and figure out what you actually want. When you learn to sit with yourself and be comfortable in your own presence, you stop needing constant validation from other people. You realize that your worth doesn't come from who's sitting next to you, but from who you are when nobody's around. So many people jump from crowd to crowd, relationship to relationship, on ship, friendship to friendship, because they can't stand the silence of being with themselves. But that silence is where you learn discipline. That silence is where you figure out your purpose. That silence is where you discover strength you didn't know you had. Alone time is not wasted time. It's the gym for your soul. When you are alone, you stop performing and start being real. You don't have to put on a mask. You don't have to impress anyone, and you don't have to pretend. You can cry, pray, plan, or just breathe. That raw honesty with yourself is what gives you the confidence to face the world. If you can love yourself in solitude, you will never settle for people who don't love you properly in company. Being alone also teaches you independence. It shows you that you don't need to rely on anyone else to make you feel whole. You can build, grow, and rise on your own. And when you finally do connect with others, it won't be from a place of desperation. It will be from a place of fullness. That's when relationships become healthier, stronger, and more genuine. Think about it. Every great idea, every breakthrough, every shift in your life didn't happen when you were surrounded by noise. It happened in those quiet moments when you finally had time to reflect, to dream, to plan. That's the power of solitude. It gives you the mental space to design a life instead of just reacting to it. The truth is, if you can't enjoy your own company, you will always depend on others to fill your emptiness. But when you learn to be alone and find peace in it, you become unstoppable, because nobody can take away something you have already built inside yourself. Discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who dream and do nothing. Too many people spend their lives making excuses for why they can't start, why they can't finish, why they can't be better. Excuses feel safe, but they accomplish nothing. Discipline is uncomfortable. It requires action when you don't feel like it, but it builds results that last. Excuses are easy. They require no effort, no courage, no persistence. They let you stay stuck in your comfort zone while the world moves past you. When you choose discipline over excuses, you are choosing to grow even when it's hard. You are saying, I don't care how I feel. I care about what I'm becoming. That's the mindset that produces change. Discipline isn't about motivation. It's about consistency. Motivation is temporary. Some days you will wake up tired. Some days you will feel like quitting. Some days the world will try to distract you. Discipline is the muscle that keeps you showing up regardless of how you feel. That's why it's more powerful than inspiration. Every habit you build is a result of discipline. If you exercise consistently, eat right, and work on your goals daily, it's discipline carrying you forward. If you fail, it's because you relied on motivation or excuses instead of committing to the hard work day after day. Discipline creates momentum, and momentum creates results. The people you admire aren't perfect. They have just learned how to push through when excuses tempt them. They have learned to say no to laziness, no to distractions, and no to procrastination. Every action, every choice, every sacrifice builds the life they love to. Today. That same life is available to you if you choose discipline over excuses. Discipline also teaches respect for yourself and for your future. When you follow through, even when it's uncomfortable, you prove that your word, your goals, and your vision matter more than temporary comfort. You are training yourself to be reliable, to be resilient, and to be unstoppable. The truth is, excuses only delay your success, but discipline accelerates it. Every time you resist resist the easy way out, every time you do what's hard in private, you are building a foundation that can't be shaken, and you are creating the life you have been talking about. Your finances are the tool that can either empower your life or enslave it. Most people drift through life without understanding where their money goes, and that's why they stay stuck. You can't build the life you want if you are constantly reacting to bills, debt, or unexpected expenses. Financial mastery starts with awareness. You have to know exactly what's coming in and what's going out. Budgeting isn't just about restriction, it's about control. When you take control of your money, you take control of your life. You begin to see patterns, opportunities, and leaks you never noticed before. Awareness is the first step to freedom because you can't fix what you don't understand. Building wealth is not about luck, it's about strategy. It's about saving before spending, investing before indulging, and creating multiple streams of income so that you are never dependent on a single source. The more intelligent your financial decisions, the more options you have in life. Money becomes a tool, not a stressor. Debt is a silent killer of potential. Every payment that goes to interest is money that could have been used to grow, invest, or create freedom. Mastering your finances means understanding debt, using it wisely, and prioritizing financial independence above temporary gratification. It's hard, but nothing worth achieving comes easy. You also have to develop the discipline to delay gratification. The temptation to spend on wants instead of needs, to chase trends instead of investments is everywhere. But each time you resist, each time you make a smart choice, you are training yourself to think long-term instead of short-term. That's the mindset that separates financial winners from everyone else. Knowledge is power when it comes to money. Learn about saving, investing, taxes, and smart spending. Understand how your money works and how to make it work for you. The more you educate yourself, the stronger your financial foundation becomes. Ignorance is expensive, but knowledge multiplies your opportunities. Financial mastery isn't just about accumulating money. It's about creating freedom, options, and security. It's about being able to make decisions without fear, knowing that you have built a foundation solid enough to withstand life's storms. Your environment determines your trajectory. If you spend your time around people who complain, doubt, or settle for mediocrity, their energy will rub off on you. Success doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens when you surround yourself with people who push you, challenge you, and inspire you to be better. Growth-minded people don't focus on excuses or limitations. They focus on solutions and possibilities. When you are around them, you start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. Their mindset becomes contagious, and you find yourself thinking bigger, taking more risks, and stepping outside your comfort zone. You have got to be selective about who you allow into your inner circle. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Some people will love you but hold you back. Some people will support you but keep you comfortable. True growth comes when you are surrounded by those who stretch you, even if it's uncomfortable. These people aren't just cheerleaders. They are mirrors and coaches. They will call you out when you are slacking, celebrate with you when you succeed, and challenge you when you start making excuses. Their influence keeps you accountable, and accountability is the bridge between goals and results. The problem is most people cling to old relationships because of familiarity, history, or guilt. They stick with friends who drain them emotionally or professionally because leaving feels like betrayal. But growth requires tough choices, and sometimes you have to upgrade your circle to upgrade your life. Seek out people who are better than you in the areas you want to grow. Learn from their habits, adopt their mindset, and absorb their energy. The faster you elevate the people around you, the faster you elevate yourself. Energy is contagious, and so is ambition. Your life will start to reflect the people you spend the most time with. If you want bigger dreams, clearer focus, and higher standards, you must intentionally surround yourself with growth-minded people who push you toward the next level. Too many people spend their lives working for someone else's dreams while neglecting their own. They clock in, follow orders, and hope that someone else's success will somehow spill over into their life. The problem is, no one is responsible for building your future but you. If you want freedom, fulfillment, and pride, you have to create something of your own. Building something for yourself doesn't have to be massive at first. It can start with a small business, a side hustle, a passion project, or a skill that sets you apart. The key is ownership. You need something that belongs to you, something you can nurture, grow, and shape with your own hands. That sense of ownership transforms the way you see yourself. When you work for someone else, you are trading time for money, and your growth is limited by their ceiling. When you build for yourself, there's no limit to what you can achieve. You control your vision, your strategy, and your pace. Every milestone becomes a reflection of your effort, your creativity, and your resilience. The process of building is just as important as the product. You will face setbacks, make mistakes, and encounter challenges you never imagined. But each obstacle is a lesson, each failure a teacher, and each problem an opportunity to innovate. That experience is priceless, and it builds a level of confidence you can't get anywhere else. Most people are afraid to start because of fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But the truth is, fear is temporary. Regret is permanent. Every day you wait, someone else is creating the life that could have been yours. Courage is built by taking small steps consistently, even when your heart is pounding with doubt. When you build something for yourself, you also create independence. You are no longer at the mercy of someone else's decisions, schedules, or moods. You determine your income, your growth, and your impact. That autonomy fuels ambition and gives you a sense of purpose that can't be outsourced or taken away. The ultimate reward of building for yourself is freedom. The freedom to live life on your terms, the freedom to create impact, and the freedom to leave a legacy. Nothing can replace the pride that comes from seeing something you started from nothing grow into something real and powerful. Pain is inevitable. Life will hit you with losses, setbacks, betrayals, and disappointments. The people you trusted may let you down. The opportunities you chased may vanish, and the dreams you held close may feel like they are slipping through your fingers. But pain is not your enemy. It's the teacher you have been avoiding. Most people run from pain. They numb it with distractions, drown it in social media, or pretend it doesn't exist. But the truth is, running only prolongs it. The longer you avoid your pain, the heavier it becomes, and the more it sabotages your growth. Facing it head on is the only way to release its grip. Pain shows you where you have been weak, where you have been careless, and where you have been avoiding responsibility. It's uncomfortable, yes, but discomfort is the doorway to transformation. Every time you confront what hurts, you build resilience, clarity, and strength you didn't know you had. Facing your pain doesn't mean you wallow in it. It means you acknowledge it, learn from it, and use it as fuel. Let it teach you lessons about boundaries, choices, and priorities. Let it ignite a fire in your heart that refuses to settle for mediocrity or self-pity. Pain becomes a catalyst for change when you refuse to let it control you. You will discover that pain has value you couldn't see when it first struck. It builds empathy, patience, and grit. It teaches you not to take people, opportunities, or blessings for granted. It forces you to dig deeper, push harder, and rise above the circumstances that could have broken you. Ignoring pain may feel easier in the moment, but it creates scars that hold you back in every area of life. It affects your confidence, your relationships, your decisions, and your ability to take risks. Facing it is not just courageous. It's necessary if you want to move forward without chains. When you face your pain, you take back the power that life tried to steal. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start becoming the architect of your own growth, using every wound as a step forward rather than a chain holding you down. Progress rarely comes as fast as we want it to. We set goals, put in effort, and expect instant results, but life doesn't work that way. Real growth takes time, consistency, and perseverance. The problem is most people give up just before the breakthrough because they expect the reward to show immediately. When you are impatient, you start comparing your journey to someone else's, and that only creates frustration. You see people achieving what seems effortless, but you don't see the years of preparation, sacrifice, and struggle behind their success. Patience allows you to focus on your own path without letting envy or doubt derail you. Consistency is the real magic behind progress. Showing up every day, doing the work even when it feels small or unnoticed, builds momentum over time. Tiny, disciplined actions compound into massive results. The key is not to rush, but to keep moving, even if the pace feels slow. Impatience often leads to shortcuts, and shortcuts lead to incomplete results. People try to bypass the work, skip the lessons, and cut corners, only to find themselves repeating the same mistakes. Patience teaches endurance. It forces you to build strong foundations that can carry lasting success. You have to trust the process even when you don't see immediate change. Every setback, every slow day, every moment that feels like waste. The effort is actually part of your growth. It's reshaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for what's next. Celebrate small wins along the way. Recognize progress, even if it's invisible to others. Patience isn't about waiting passively. It's about working steadily while trusting that the results are coming. Each step, no matter how tiny, is a brick in the structure of your future. Learning patience also builds character. It teaches resilience, self-control, and the ability to handle pressure without panic. When you combine patience with persistent effort, you create unstoppable momentum that no setback can destroy. Nothing changes in your life until you take full responsibility for it. Blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck is easy, but it keeps you trapped in the same cycle. When you own your actions, decisions, and outcomes, you take back the power to change your situation. Responsibility is freedom disguised as accountability. Too many people wait for someone else to fix their problems. They wait for the right opportunity, the perfect mentor, or the lucky break, not realizing that the moment you stop waiting and start acting is the moment your life begins to shift. Responsibility means you refuse to wait for permission to create your future. Taking responsibility also means owning your mistakes. When you fail, don't look for someone else to blame. Every failure is a lesson. Every misstep a roadmap to improvement. The faster you accept your role in your challenges, the faster you can learn, adapt, and grow. Excuses only prolong the pain and delay the progress. It's easy to pass the blame, but doing so weakens you. True strength comes from accountability. When you accept responsibility, you stop being a victim and start being a creator. You gain clarity over what you can control and stop wasting energy on what you cannot. Responsibility requires courage. It's uncomfortable to admit when you are wrong or when you have fallen short, but that discomfort is the price of growth. Every successful person has had to face the truth of their role in their life's outcomes, and that honesty propelled them forward. Taking responsibility also improves your relationships. When you own your words, your actions, and your commitments, people respect you more. They trust you more. You stop pointing fingers and start building trust. And trust opens doors that excuses will forever keep closed. The bottom line is this: your life is yours, no one else's. The sooner you stop blaming, stop complaining, and start taking responsibility, the sooner you create the life you have been waiting for. Saying yes to everything is one of the fastest ways to drain your energy and stall your progress. Most people are addicted to approval. They say yes to requests, invitations, and demands even when it pulls them away from their goals. Learning to say no is not rude. It's necessary for your growth. Every yes you give has a cost. Time, focus, energy, and momentum are limited resources, and every time you overcommit, you dilute your ability to achieve what truly matters. Saying no isn't about rejecting people. It's about protecting your priorities and respecting your own path. The truth is, some people will get upset when you say no, but that's their problem, not yours. You can't live your life trying to please everyone. The more you honor your own goals and boundaries, the more respect you earn, not just from others, but from yourself. Confidence grows when you stop bending to every demand. Saying no allows you to create space for yeses that truly matter. When you focus on what aligns with your purpose, you attract opportunities, relationships, and experiences that support your growth. You can't fully embrace what's important now if your calendar and mind are cluttered with things that don't matter. Learning to say no also teaches self-discipline. It forces you to evaluate every request, every invitation, and every opportunity before reacting. That pause, that filter, helps you make decisions that build your future rather than scatter your energy. Indiscriminate yeses are the enemy of progress. Many people fear missing out or being labeled selfish, but those fears are illusions. True fulfillment comes when your yeses are intentional and your nos are empowering. You are not denying others. You are protecting the life you are trying to create. Mastering the art of no isn't easy, but it's necessary. Now and then, you say, strengthens your focus, your boundaries, and your ability to show up fully for what truly matters instead of spreading yourself thin and achieving nothing meaningful. Consistency is the secret weapon of every successful person. Talent and luck can give you a head start, but without consistent effort, those advantages fade quickly. Showing up every day, doing the work, and staying committed even when it's hard or boring is what separates dreamers from achievers. Most people quit too soon. They work hard for a week, a month, maybe even a year, but the moment results aren't instant, they give up. Progress isn't linear, and success rarely shows up on a schedule. Consistency ensures that over time, your small efforts compound into massive results. Consistency builds trust with yourself and with others. When you follow through on commitments, you prove that you can be relied on. That trust becomes the foundation for opportunities, relationships, and achievements that require patience and reliability. People notice and reward those who are dependable. It's not about doing something perfectly every day. It's about doing something every day. Some days you will feel tired, unmotivated, or overwhelmed. That's when showing up matters the most. The days you push through the resistance are the days that strengthen your discipline and move you closer to your goals. Consistency also combats chaos. Life is unpredictable, but when you have habits, routines, and persistent effort, you create a structure that carries you through the uncertainty. Even in tough seasons, consistent action keeps you moving forward instead of spinning your wheels. The power of consistency is compounded by patience. You may not see immediate rewards, but each day you show up, each action you take is stacking bricks in the foundation of your future. Over time, that foundation becomes unshakable, and the results of your persistence become undeniable. Consistency is the bridge between dreams and reality. You may not feel it every day, but your dedication, repeated over weeks, months, and years, transforms potential into tangible achievement and ambition into results. Life doesn't always go the way we plan, and that's where faith comes in. You can't control every situation, every setback, or every person, but you can trust that there's a bigger plan at work. The moments that feel like failure or delay are often the ones preparing you for something greater than you can see. It's easy to get frustrated when things aren't happening on your timeline. You work hard, pray, and do everything right, yet the results are slow. Trusting God's plan means understanding that timing matters. What you see as waiting may actually be preparation for the perfect opportunity to align. Trust also means letting go of fear and anxiety about the unknown. You may not understand why doors close or why life throws challenges your way, but believing that every event has a purpose allows you to move forward with confidence rather than hesitation. When you trust, you walk boldly, even without seeing the whole path. Sometimes trusting God's plan requires patience and obedience. It's easy to want to rush, to force